What's up, family? Welcome to the show. If it's your first time checking out the show, let me know what city, what state you're coming in from. If you're outside of the US, let me know what country you're representing. Family, I need you to smash up the likes, smash up the likes, smash up the likes. The reason why I ask you to smash up the likes is because I need you to help me put it in their face. We need to make sure we get this show out to everybody. It's a lot of people that don't know what's going on. We need to inform them, put it in their faces. Also, fam, if you have not done so already, after you subscribe, there's a little bell next to your subscribe button. Go ahead and click that thing right now so you can get your notifications each time I drop a new video like this. That way you'll be in the know. Also, if you want to skip the line, you can jump into the super chat. That way you make sure your comments go noticed. And also well, first of all, I'm going to go into this topic and then I'll come back and I'll check the super chat and then I'll make my way over to the regular chat. I'm going to share a little bit of this first part of this story with you guys. I'll screenshot this thing, I'll screen share it. Let's see. Okay, I'm trying to share my screen and it's giving me problems. Let's see. Screen share. Okay, I'm having problems sharing the screen, so we'll skip that. So here it is. So the Louisville prosecutor dismissed charges against Breonna Taylor's boyfriend. Breonna Taylor is the young EMT worker who was murdered in a hell of gunfire in her own home as she slept in her own bed. The police hit the wrong house. They raided the wrong house, family. They was looking for another dude that didn't even live there. And they basically executed the woman. They shot her boyfriend, Kenneth Walker. Kenneth Walker heard noises at the door. He got up to see what was going on. And he said that the police rushed in and started shooting. He returned fire, and this is for a no-knock warrant. He returned fire and popped one of the cops in the leg. John Mattingly got popped in the leg, and they charged Kenneth with attempted murder on a police officer. All of this happened on March 13th. So the prosecutors played a recording of Kenneth Walker describing what happened that day, and he explained that they had gotten out of bed, just to suspect, to see what was going on, to inspect what was going on. And he said officers barged in, and he shot him, Mattingly. He shot him with his registered gun in self-defense. So, and they shot Breonna Taylor 8 times, family. Imagine yourself being at home in bed, sleeping, probably tired, just I don't know to what extent she was asleep, but imagine yourself, let's just say you were sleeping, you were awakened by a disturbance, noise, and you get up and the next thing you know, you're getting hit with gunfire. You're in the bed, sleep, probably dreaming, got plans to go to work the next day. As a first responder, as an essential worker, as someone who is law-abiding, 26 years old, with the whole world in front of you, a whole future in front of you. You never get a chance to, get married, to have babies, grandchildren. You don't get to travel the world to see things or do things, experience things that you wanted to. you get none of that because you got these rogue police officers who bust in your house and put holes in you. And not one officer has been charged. Not one has been charged. Not as far as I know. Now, something may have changed over the last couple of days because I'll be honest, I hadn't gotten an update. But as far as I know, there is no one has been charged. Rob Eggert, Kenneth's attorney, filed a motion on Thursday to have the charges dismissed in his case. And those charges were only dismissed because of the national outrage and the appointing of a special prosecutor. And he claimed that police officers never mentioned Breonna Taylor's name before the grand jury, or she had been shot 8 times. Why would they omit that information, fam? Why? Doesn't that sound suspicious? And this guy, what's his name? Wine. Let me find out where is he in this story. Let's see. Okay, Commonwealth's attorney, Tom Wine. So this is the city's attorney said that there was no wrongdoing by any of the police officers. And he said, in fact, there was no wrongdoing by anybody on either side of the door. So this is why he's letting them go. But he said that Kenneth could be charged later if they find additional evidence to support that he committed a crime. Well, if Kenneth could be tried later, then I guess what's good for the goose is good for the gander, right? Hopefully these thugs are tried. The misconduct of Kentucky police has come under great criticism recently, especially in light of a federal lawsuit by Kenneth Wilson last October. He alleged that one of the officers involved in the shooting death was crooked, and his name is Brett Hankinson. He said that Brett Hankinson maliciously targeted him and planted drugs on him. According to his suit in October 2019, LMPD officers executed a warrant at his home and barbershop, kicking in the door of his home and pointing guns at his girlfriend before handcuffing them during the search. He said that Hankinson was one of 3 officers who executed a no-knock warrant on the home of Taylor and Walker. Hankinson, Mattingly, and Officer Miles Cosgrove fired more than 20 rounds into the apartment. So Benjamin Crump filed the lawsuit on behalf of Breonna Taylor's family, and because they believe that police forced their way into Breonna's home in a botched raid, surprising her and Kenneth, who thought the officers were burglars. Now, family, to me, that's just common sense. If you hear a bang at your door and you know that you're an innocent person, you're not a criminal, you're not expecting, you shouldn't be on the lookout for the police, and you hear bang at your door, somebody rushing in, human nature is to grab your piece and come out busting, come out shooting to kill everything. That's human nature. When somebody busts into your house in the middle of the night, you ain't got time to say, are you a police officer or not? Identify yourself. Nobody's thinking on that level. You're thinking defend yourself, defend your family. That's the first thing that comes to mind. Kenneth Walker acted reasonably to me. Yeah, this is ridiculous, man. And then you got mammies like Candace Owens who will argue that Ahmaud Arbery's shooting isn't about race. See, if this happened frequently to other people, especially white people, we would say, you know what, man, this ain't got nothing to do with race. This is just a problem with the police. This has nothing to do with race. But this is a problem with the police, and it's racism. They just come into people's house and kick the door in anytime they feel like it, kill people, and get away with it. What is the incentive to change? And what is the incentive for people not to bust back when the police bust into their house if they're armed? What is the incentive to not bust back? If the police is going to be that reckless, what is the incentive to not bust back? Because it sounds like to me, if you look at a lot of these cases, people do get killed. So you're basically taking a gamble, hoping that the thugs who bust into your house are now not going to be thugs and take your life. Somehow they're going to get a conscience and say, you know what, guys, this isn't right. Let's not shoot. You know what? This isn't right. Let's not terrorize this family and their small little children or their teen children. Let's not do that. That's not right, because I wouldn't want somebody to do that to me. That's not what they're doing. They're going in, busting through people's houses, killing innocent people with impunity. And, you know, for the state attorney, for city attorney to say they've done nothing wrong, that guy got to go. He should be fired. He needs to be investigated. All right, I'm going into the chat, fam. Family, I got a few new members, or we got a few new members to the channel. I want to first of all welcome Rhonda, Fretz Logging, and Ivory Peoples. Fam, show them some love. Welcome them to the channel. K Zaggin 20, what up? Stormy B, man, salute, appreciate your streams and updates, absolutely. Thomas B, people can say what they want about Shaun King, but he put the spotlight on this case and Ahmaud's. Let me tell you something, man. Shaun King do more work than most all his critics combined. Is he perfect? Hell no. None of us are perfect. You know, does he sometimes say things that, you know, people don't agree with, or I wouldn't agree with, you wouldn't agree with? Of course he does. I say things that people don't agree with all the time. That don't mean that I don't love the people. That don't mean that I'm not putting in the work. But I can guarantee you that I do more for my community than most people who complain about what I do or what something I've said. Terrence Brown, I see you. Family, welcome Terrence Brown. Terrence Brown is already a member, but he just upgraded to level 2. Paulette Morris, what's up, Paulette? Shaun King, I'm gonna tell you, I love that dude, man, because that dude puts in work. I see you, Latoya Terry. Absolutely. Latoya say, keep doing what you're doing. Thank you, Latoya. I ain't got no choice, Latanya. I ain't got no choice, Latanya. Yeah, the dude, I don't know where he gets the energy from. This dude puts in work. Man, it's like it's 100 of him or something. I don't know where he gets the energy from. Always on the battlefield, always breaking cases, always forcing police officers to be held accountable, always exposing corruption. I mean, case after case after case. He posted something yesterday. He said, I think it was yesterday, what's the day? Yesterday. He posted something on his IG. He said, I'm taking a break, man, until Tuesday. And I told her, I got you, bro. I got you. I'm gonna cover till you get back. The dude puts in work. This is why it's so important to support these organizations that do the work. If Shaun King posts something and he says that they're raising funds, man, please support it. The man is risking his life. Y'all just don't know. The man gets death threats daily. Like not one, not two, several, daily. The man, listen, In America, you're not going to be hated by mainstream unless you're really putting in work for Black people. You're not going to be hated. That's one of the easiest way to tell, you know, if you're putting in the work or not. Because if they like you, that means if they like you and they trust you, you're probably compromised. They like Candace Owens. They like Charles Barkley. They like Stephen A. They like Stacey Dash, Larry Eldridge. They're compromised. They would throw the black community under the bus in a heartbeat. And they love targeting prominent Black people to throw under the bus. Jason Whitlock, prime example. Always trying to find a Black person to tear down. They mostly target Black males. Black males are their #1 target. You have to understand that when you understand that, man, you really understand how these people operate. Paulette says, why do you keep updating us on these events, but you don't tell us who we can join? Paulette, you don't really follow me like that, because I tell people all the time what organizations they should be supporting or what they should. And listen, I'm not going to every day be on here talking about do this, do that, do this. Y'all should already know. I mean, you have to do your own homework too, you know? Like, I mean, there's a whole lot of things to talk about. So I'm not going to talk about the same thing every single day. But, you know, from time to time, I do notify you guys about organizations that you could support. I told y'all about Liberty Road. You know, in fact, I think I was the first person to bring bring Liberty Road and Big Texas to the public's attention. So, or I was at least among one of the first. You want to support an organization that's doing the work, go support Liberty Road. They're on the ground. They're risking their lives. They're out there on the ground, strapped up, like, and ready for it, confronting injustice on a daily basis. Go support Liberty Road. LibertyRoadOnline.com. There you go, Paulette. LibertyRoadOnline.com. And let me look at this organization. I think, is it Justice Now that Sean King is a part of? Because I definitely, you know, the Black Panthers are putting in work. They're on the ground out there and for Ahmaud Arbery. You know, look up your local chapter of the Black Panther organization. You know, I think it's either the New Black Panther or Black Panthers. These people are doing good work and they're risking their lives. Anytime you find these organizations that these people out here hate, that's a good organization, because they're not compromised. If they hate them, they're not compromised. I'm telling you. They only hate the organizations that are not compromised, the ones that they can't control. Let's see. Trying to find Sean King's organization right quick. Sean King. And that's, well, you could go to, what does it say, link? Oh, he got a LinkedIn. He has a LinkedIn, site. So listen, you can follow Sean King on his Instagram. He's real active on Instagram. So any information you need, you can get that from him on his Instagram. And his Instagram is Sean King, ShaunKing. And I'll tell you, I'm gonna give you a couple of more organizations that you can support. Let's see. So where is it? Trying to find most recent, sort by. Okay, here's another one that you can support. Gather for Justice. This is a very good organization. Their website is linktr.ee/NY Justice League. linktr.ee/NY Justice JUSTICE League LEAGUE. This is an excellent organization to support. They do a lot of work in the community. Also, what I'm trying to say, the Advise Show changed their the name of their organization. They put in a lot of work too. Let's see. Let me find it right quick. There are all kinds of like really good organizations that are doing good work, but you got to vet them. You can't just blindly, just because somebody say, well, we raising money, we doing this for the kids and this for this people. The African Diaspora News Channel, African Diaspora News Channel, African Diaspora News, I'm saying diaspora. Diaspora.
Diaspora.
Yeah. African Diaspora News Channel. So support that, fam. I mean, these people put in a lot of work. You know, support those channels, support that channel. That's on YouTube, and support these organizations that are putting in the work. They're out there. You know, people, anytime you putting in work where you are addressing Black issues and, you know, issues that affect the Black community, especially controversial issues, you putting your life at risk, you putting your social status at risk, and oftentimes you're putting your whole family at risk. So, you know, it takes a lot of heart and determination to do that. It ain't just getting on social media and you know, firing off. Royalty Simpson. What's up, Royalty Simpson? Anonymous Lee say they was going to steal drugs and money if the guy was in jail. Yeah. Well, no, they were looking for, they say they were looking for the guy's friend who was already in custody. So, okay, I get it. You're saying that if they could remove the guy from the, are you saying that if they could remove him from the house, then they could go in the house and look for drugs and stuff, which they found none. So, but that's what they do. You know, it's so many corrupt police officers. I mean, it's literally tens of thousands of them, you know, around the country. Think about what I'm saying, family. Tens of thousands of police officers on the streets, and they're running the streets and they just seeing people and they just decide who they're going to stop and harass, who they don't want on the streets, who they don't want driving the streets, who they don't like. I don't like how that guy looked. I don't like how that guy's dressed. I don't like how he looked at me. I don't like that car, you know. Well, I just feel like just stopping somebody right now. You know, I got a quota to meet. You know what? Let me pull somebody over. Next car getting pulled over. Then you got the kind that they pull certain kinds of cars over. So they let dude go. But think about, they let Kenneth Walker go, but think about all of the Kenneth Walkers out there that they're not letting go. Innocent people who they came in and disrupted their lives. They accosted them, disrupted their lives, and hit them with a charge. Like, even if they didn't have an initial charge, they just give them a charge. After encountering the police, you're gonna pick up some kind of charge. And just destroying people's lives. People end up losing their homes, losing their families, losing their jobs, end up in jail, end up going back and forth to court. They have no relief, nobody to help them. These resources are scarce because there's just not enough organizations out there that's doing the work, primarily because they're underfunded. We're not going to match their money, but at the very least we could do is fund the work that it takes to fight the injustice. That's the very least we can do instead of just complaining about the injustice. We got to fund the organizations. We have to fund the people that do the work, the people that expose the corruption, the people that go out there and stand on the front lines and say, I'm with your family, I'm with your sister, I'm with your brother, I'm with your mama. I got your back, daddy. I know what they did to you, and I'm gonna walk you through this thing. I'm gonna see you through this. I'm gonna walk, stride hand in hand with you. I got you. We gotta help those people. We gotta spend money. When people fight back, we have to fight with them with our money, not just our voices, not just our tweets and our comments. Because there's a lot of people that's got a lot to say, always got something to say, but they do nothing to help the cause. All they do is complain. It's okay to complain. You're human. We all are going to complain about something from time to time. Even if you're driving down the street and you get caught by the light, you'd be, oh, damn, man, you know, that's a mild complaint. But after you complain, do something. What are you gonna do after you complain? If all you're gonna do is complain some more, you're part of the problem. Everybody understands this except many of us in our community. We think that when somebody is working for the people, that means work free. We think that means free. Well, if you was really for the people, you wouldn't charge. How much damn sense does that make? Somebody, you mean to tell me somebody got all day to be out here working for the people and they got a family, they got bills, how they gonna pay their bills? How they gonna feed their family if they don't have anything coming in? If they're out there, or if they got some money and all of that money that they have, they're constantly putting it out. They don't have anything coming in, but they're out here doing this work. It don't even make sense. Everybody get it but us. Not all of us, of course, but many of us, we don't get it. But I also believe that there are trolls out there, especially on the internet. I believe that there are trolls out there that when they see us rallying behind organizations who are fundraising and need financial support, their goal is to go in and run interference and to create chaos and try to discredit these organizations and discredit these people so that they don't get the work done, so that they can't get the work done. They try to go in, oh, they scamming, oh, they ain't doing that much. Oh man, I'd rather do with this organization right here. But they ain't got no problem giving the Red Cross. I bet you don't know one person that work at Red Cross. Try to get on the phone with somebody from Red Cross and see how long it take you to get on the phone with somebody who can make a decision. You're gonna be talking to people on the phone. They call some type of person working at a call service. Can't get them on the phone. Don't know one person that work at Red Cross or Blue Shield and none of these national organizations, Feed the Hungry and all of this stuff. I'd rather give my money to Shake Community Center. right here in Houston, what I know is doing the work. I'd rather give my money to No More Victims, an organization that I know is on the front lines doing the work. Was it LEJ says we just canceled Biden, and that took $0. I've been canceled Biden, man. I'm not with that, man. I don't believe in rewarding bad behavior. But I absolutely love the work that Shaun King does. I absolutely love the work that that Gather for Justice does. Like, these people put in work all day, every day, for everybody. They put in work for everybody. Anybody that's being mistreated, has had their rights treaded on. They stand up. These are stand-up people and organizations. I have no problem supporting those type of organizations. And also Carmen Perez, she puts a lot of work in. She's located in New York. Carmen Perez, my son, the general. My son be working, man. That man put in a lot of work. He put it on the line and have to take a whole lot of mess from people, man. People that ain't doing nothing but complaining. I think some of it is to try to derail the movement, but a lot of it also is hate, just straight up hate. Mad because they're not doing it. Mad because they're not getting the recognition for being a freedom fighter. Just jealousy. Emmanuel Jamal Graham, welcome to the show. Welcome to the channel, the newest member to the WillieDLive channel, Emmanuel Jamal Graham. Melanated Blancos. Okay, I get you. Aunt B, nothing is free. Ray 214, they have to make a living too. So family, if you're just not joining the channel, or the show, should I say, we're talking about Kenneth Walker, who is the boyfriend, or was the boyfriend of Breonna Taylor, who was gunned down by LMPD, that's Louisville, in Louisville, Kentucky, on March 13th. They issued a no-knock warranty, or they executed a no-knock warranty at her house while she was laying in bed with her boyfriend. And they just basically came in shooting. They shot 20 rounds, according to the police report, and 8 of those rounds went into Breonna's body. Breonna was 26 years old. She was an EMT worker, an essential worker. She was a law-abiding citizen. She was a tax-paying citizen. She was a productive human being, loved sister and daughter, beloved, a productive member of her community. And so they still killed her. So this is for all those, well, if you just comply, or if you just do the right thing, well, if you wasn't in a gang, they're always trying to figure out something. Well, if you hadn't stole that pencil when you was in the second grade, well, you had a temper tantrum when he was 10, it's always something to try to justify. Oh, but when it's one of them, oh, they actually try to seal the documents. They try to seal their history. It has something to do with a medical condition. Oh, it's mental. It's related to mental health. Oh, he was pushed over the edge. Boy, man, it's amazing, boy. Shit we got to go through here. Where we at? Where we at? Where we at? Paulette Morris, family. Welcome Paulette to the channel. Paulette came in blazing today. She had it on her mind. But we got an understanding. And that's what it's all about, fam. See, sometimes, somebody say something or do something and we don't know why. So we ask in a respectful way to get an understanding. I see you, LaShawn Thomas. Family, show LaShawn some love. LaShawn is moderating, making sure the trolls stay at bay, keeping the chat honest. Randy Avalar says, power to the people. Ray Coleman, Fort Wayne, Indiana. What's up, Ray? Who is this? Nathaniel Tamas? Why can't I chat? I think if I can read that, that would qualify you to be chatting. Marcus Woodard says he's speaking from Louisville, Kentucky. He said, we are all pissed. What's up? Who is that? Marty Mark. What's up, Tallahassee, Florida? Stacy Sutton, Gary, Indiana. Joe Watson, Charlotte, North Carolina. Kelly X from Houston. What's up, H-Town, hometown? Sean Cato from Louisville, Kentucky. Nisi up in this bad boy. Nisi say, this is a great chat. Fact for days. Well, we aim to please. Deborah Moore, I'm black and I'm proud. Miguel San Diego says, are you tired of seeing your people getting beat? And where's this Jesus that's supposed to come to your aid and rescue you from the injustice? Where is he? We've been waiting for 200 years and going. Jesus said no more talk. Jesus said, do what you got to do. It's on. Do what you got to do. First law of nature is self-preservation. Do what you got to do to protect you and yours, to sustain your life. Do what you got to do. No more talk. Some people just refuse to believe that Jesus is about that life. Ellie JJ, appreciate you. What's up, Alfonso Sullivan? Jeremy Dennis. What's up, Louisiana? I see John Gray from Minnesota. Chip M says, I think we need to look at the facts before jumping on the bandwagon. The name was on the warrant. No more talk. What does that mean? Even if a name was, I don't care if don't matter who name was on the warrant. You don't bust in somebody's house and start shooting. Hell, if that's the case, they could put your name on a warrant and just bust in your house and start shooting. You know, just because a name is on a warrant don't mean they got the right person also, right? And just because a name is on a warrant don't mean a person is necessarily guilty of anything. Hell, if that's all it took, they can just kill everybody. Oh, let's just put his name on a warrant and we'll be justified. DJM, what's up? DJ M60, Hardy Street checking in. What's up, Hardy Street? Hardy in a legion. Tay Merlin, what's up, Merlin? Matthew Green, Chicago South Side of Chicago. Who is that? Taniwa, across the ocean in New Zealand. New Zealand checking in. What's up, Big D, KC? Yeah. KC in the building. Newark, Ohio, Betty Cherry. Betty Cherry, boy, that's a name you can never forget. Betty Cherry. Is that your real name? Astro Rockets, Texan, H-Town in the building. ATL Knowledge, Atlanta. Harrison Model, New York. Speaking of New York, got a new podcast that's coming out with some cool cats. How about that? I am. I'm sure you guys know Bosco, King Erner, Steve Belafonte. We got who else? I'm trying to think. Who we got? Man, I can't believe I'm drawing blanks. I got a lot on my mind right now. I'll come back. Anyway, got a cool podcast coming out, fam. Should be what, next week? Hocus 45. Hocus 45 is part of it. JoJo part of it out of Chicago. Yes, it's going down. It's gonna be cool. I don't know if y'all familiar with the situation between King Erna and Bosco, but we brought them together for this podcast we're doing. And the first episode is wow, because they hadn't spoken to one another since the fallout, like actually spoken to each other. And they spoke to each other for the first time during the podcast. And let's just say it'll be one of those moments in podcast history. Who is that? Lenny Thompson. What's up, Lenny? Appreciate you, LT. New member, Boss City Boss Up 617. Welcome to level 1. Show them some love, fam. Boss City Boss Up. Got another member. Live from the diaspora. I keep saying diaspora. Diaspora. Why do I always say diaspora here? Diaspora. Welcome to level 1. Absolutely. Live from the diaspora. Now, some words you just always mispronounce. I almost always mispronounce diaspora. I think I'm just being lazy. Vicki Lewis, what's up, H-Town? Space Ghost, Oklahoma City in the building. Yellow Man, Detroit. Got another member. On Fleet Trucking. Welcome to level 1. Show them some love, fam. On Fleet Trucking. Welcome the new members to the channel, fam. And family, be careful when giving to organizations like Red Cross, and do not text donations. It's a scam. They stake your bank accounts. Be careful. Yeah. Colt Smith. We allowed, the truth is we accept the way they treat us. Yeah, you teach people how to treat you. Stress to Capacity, logged in from Louisville, Florida. Great show, appreciate you. S2C. Who was that, Rachel? Welcome to level one, Rachel Ann. Rachel Ann, welcome to level one. Show us some love, fam. Rachel Ann. Bobby Parker. What up, Bobby? What's up, Sonia Watts? Space Ghost. Keisha Pollitt. Welcome to level one, Keisha. Show Keisha some love, fam. Welcome to level one, Keisha. Yeah, today was a good day for justice. You know, for them to drop those charges against Kenneth Walker. Can you imagine somebody busting into your house, shooting you, you defend yourself, and they charge you with attempted murder? And they have no charges whatsoever against not one person. Like, nobody's culpable. Absolutely amazing. Chip M, what do you think about Joe Biden saying you're not black if you didn't vote for him? If you don't vote for him? Are we now at the standard where white people tell us who we are? Your thoughts? Well, I'm right there with you, Chip. I think we're on the same. I think we're on the same page. Joe Biden, you know, he pulled the hot sauce in the purse trick. You know, like thought he could say like, "Oh, you're not black if you don't vote for me." Like, it just amazes me that Joe Biden thinks that he deserves the black vote after what he did. And the only reason why he thinks he deserves it because they actually put this dude in position to become president. They actually voted him as the Democratic nominee. I mean, Bernie Sanders ain't the best guy in the world. But if it come down to Bernie Sanders and Joe Biden, I know who I'm riding with. Joe Biden, come on, man. At least Bernie Sanders ain't got no record of actually going out of his way to do things to purposely target us and destroy us. He didn't have a record of going out of his way to do anything like that. Did he stand by on some issues? Perhaps. But going out of his way, man, Joe Biden championed initiatives and policies that he knew that would be detrimental to the black community. And these people voted for this dude anyway. Like, God, man, oh man. This is why he's so arrogant. This is why he feels that he should get the black vote anyway. And I can guarantee you, he thinks that black people are suckers. Just like the Democratic Party. And the Democratic Party has good reason to believe that black people are suckers because black people have been suckers. The black voters have been suckers because they've been allowing the Democrats to take the vote for granted, giving up the vote for nothing, getting nothing in return. Business is about an exchange of services and goods for money or something of value, something else of value. That's business. I submit to you that we have not been getting anything back. We vote to feel good. We're not going in saying this is what we want, and if you're going to give it to us, or we ain't voting for you. That's business. You get what you negotiate in business. Who is that? Is that Lenny Thompson? What's up, Lenny? I see you, Lenny. Emmanuel Jamal Graham. Welcome to level 1, Emmanuel. Show him some love, fam. Was it On Fleek Trucking? Said Black America and Native American Indians should form a party and vote the Republicans and Democrats out of office. The numbers aren't there. Can't drain the swamp with those numbers. What's up, Zachary Muhammad? I see you. Casey Fitz, what didn't show up? Family, when y'all like send me a, you gotta send me something like you gotta put it in context, because I may not know what you're talking about. Like if we're talking about one thing, 1 minute, and then we move on, and then you send me a message 3, 4, 5, 10 minutes down the line, I may not even know what you're talking about. So you gotta put your subject in there so I'll know what you're talking about. Was that Dontavius Graves? The war on drugs is a joke. King Fire, pure madness. White Ghost, did he shoot at them? Hell yeah, he shot at him. Shot one of them fools in the leg. They say. Maybe he got shot by his partner. You never know. That's probably why they dropped the charges so fast. But one thing about it, they got that pressure put on them. See, a lot of these small towns, a lot of times they do a lot of corrupt stuff. The officials do corrupt stuff. The law enforcement, members of law enforcement do corrupt stuff because it's such a small town. It's like only a few people that run the whole town. So if those few people link up, man, they can get away with all kinds of stuff and never get brought to task. They have people so shook, so scared. You know, you do one thing, if they got a problem with you, they make it hard on your whole family. They go in on your whole family, go in on your girlfriend or your boyfriend, go in on your employee, on your employer. If you got a business, they go in on your employees. Who is that, Jamie Lewis? Show Jamie Lewis some love, fam. The newest member to the channel. Anita, what's up, Anita Williams? Shalom. Marty Street, the Queen City, Mississippi. I see you, Dolores Green, Derek Mallory, St. Paul, Iggy Yes Yallin, St. Paulin. Get your shirt wet, DMG. What y'all know about DMG? DMG was a cold boy. Fire. All right, fam. I think that's my time. Book smart, street smart. I like that. That's what's up. Book smart, street smart. So fam, so again, we got a good day for justice. You know, at least we got one person. I mean, one down. How many more to go? 100,000 for the day. We got one. And again, it would not have happened had it not been for the efforts of the soldiers on the ground, the people that's out there fighting for justice, these organizations. It is important that we support these organizations. It's important that we support them, not just with tweets and posts and comments, but we also support these organizations that's doing the work with money, because it takes money for these organizations to work and to put the work in. We're not going to match these people that are being paid via systemic oppression, systemic racism. We're not going to match those organizations. You keep in mind, they're using ill-gotten money from all the way back from slavery to fund the oppression. So they got long, long papers. We're not going to match them. But what we can do is we can fund the work that's required to fight back, to hold them accountable, to push back, to resist. We can fund the work. All right, fam? So I do a roll call real quick and then I'm out. Rhonda. What's up, Rhonda? K Zaggin. K Ziggin. Story, who is it? Stormy B-Man, Fritz Logging, Thomas B, Latanya Terry, Ivory Peoples, Terrence Brown, Paulette Morris. Paulette gave me a hard time today, y'all, but it's all good. She joined the channel. So that means that there has to be some good there. I'm just messing with you, Paulette. Emmanuel Jamal Graham, Marcus Woodard, Ely JJ, Chip M, Boss City Boss Up 617, Lenny Thompson, live from the, here we go again. Live from the diaspora. Man, that word always hang me up. Live from the diaspora. On Fleek Trucking, Rachel Ann, Keisha Pollard, Jamie Lewis, Book Smart, Street Smart, Corey Porter. I appreciate y'all, fam. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Until next time, fam. No more talk. Yeah, well, let me say this first. Enjoy your weekend. No more talk.